Hey, what's up guys? It's been quite a while since I uploaded my last video, but we are back. I've been really busy this year, but still racing and have a lot of great videos coming up of this past season, which was quite exciting. So this race was the Fountain Road race, which was my first race after doing the Valley of the Sun road race down in Phoenix earlier in the year. And this race is kind of like a hilly, just rolling course. It was 40 miles. And so some other stats for y'all. The race was an hour and 40 minutes. We averaged 23.7 miles per hour, and normalized power was 248. It was also pretty windy, and it was kind of coming out of the southeast, so that was going to affect us on this kind of next stretch coming up after the dirt section. So there was a detour. Originally there wasn't supposed to be any dirt, but there was some kind of road construction, so we were having to kind of change course a little bit, and that's kind of where the chaos started. So let's jump ahead and see what happens. Coming into the dirt section, there was a lot of jockeying for position, and obviously definitely didn't want to get caught behind going into this, so I was kind of putting in a little bit of effort leading into this section so that I wasn't going to be behind a bunch of people, because you never know what's going to happen. Some people just forget how to ride a bike once they get onto the dirt. So but yeah, coming into this part, I also figured there's probably going to be a move, and sure enough, this is where people were really putting down the hammer. And so it's not a long section, but as you can see, everyone's getting super strung out here. So I just was like, all right, just gonna try and conserve energy, but stay kind of near the front and just ride some wheels. So that'd be a good position once we get back onto the pavement. Because also last year I did this race and it was the same kind of story as far as this kind of top section. If you look at like the course map on the top right of the screen, that was the place where people are going to try and make their move, because it's a really hilly section and you're kind of just going up and down continuously. So it's a really good place to try a breakaway. And so definitely wanted to be in good position for that. And, my heart rate is already at 185, which is not a good sign. That's already pretty high for me. I think for this race, we probably got to like 194 is what it was. So already getting really high. But here's the turn and back onto the pavement. And yeah, nice little slide right there. So, but this is where people are really kicking it. As you can see, getting up to like 600 plus watts, and people are still kind of pulling away. So right now I'm just trying to maintain where I'm at and hopefully get on someone's wheel to kind of bring me back up to the front. But this is also crosswind section, so it's just like, you get the hills, you get the crosswind, really tough. But right here I'm able to coast a little bit, but you can see there's a group going up ahead. And so I really don't want to miss this, so I'm going to put in a lot of power to try and make that group. And this guy's kind of falling back, so kind of go around him. And yeah, I mean, sustain 500 watts, 400s, and yeah, I'm up to 190 beats. So definitely struggling, and yeah, people are just falling apart right here. So this guy seems like he's gonna go, so kind of get on his wheel. But there's still like a good 5 or 6 people up the road. Can't really tell right here, but I'm gonna put in another effort here. obviously really don't have a ton in the legs right now after, that pass section, but making a lot of good gains and getting closer. And so just kind of putting my head down. This is where the part of the race where, my heart rate was the highest by far. So that's my buddy Marcus fell out of the break. So kind of went around him, and it's like slowly but surely starting to bring back this group, and you can kind of see they're starting to form like a little echelon with all the crosswind. And so right now I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm getting back onto them, but still, I mean, my heart rate has been super high for a really long time. It's always this last little bit trying to close in on a group where you feel like it takes forever, but finally make it on. And right now my plan is just to like try to recover, but of course we got this nice little uphill right here, and my heart rate's still high. I'm still in the 300s watts, and I'm like hoping that things are gonna slow down a little bit so I can kind of finally catch my breath. And just during this downhill section, people put on the accelerator, and I'm just like, man, there's really only so long you can kind of keep your heart rate that high and keep the power on. And this guy starts losing the wheel, and I definitely don't have anything to go around him. But some of the guys that were on my wheel start going around, and this is where I was kind of like, all right, I'm probably gonna follow the brake. So this is the second year in a row that this has happened on this course. I don't know, just don't have the best luck. But kind of the plan now is just, all right, let the group behind me catch me, and then kind of get in from there, and then see if we can maybe catch this group again a little bit later on. But I was really disappointed to not make the break, but it happens. So I'd made the break at Valley of the Sun, but don't make it at the Fountain Road Race. So you never know how it's gonna happen. And now I was finally caught, and it was a decent sized group, so I was hoping we would be able to catch the group ahead and see if we could organize a little bit. But of course, a lot of times in groups, a lot of people don't want to work and everything. So but right now, my main goal was just, all right, continue to recover. I'm still at like 175 beats for heart rate, but it's kind of going down a lot. So I was also using this time to refuel a little bit and just kind of recover after the big effort to try and stay in the breakaway. So skipping ahead, we're kind of coming up to the right turn that would lead us onto the final straight, which of course is right into a headwind. Up until now, there's kind of been some people wanting to work, some people not. We finally kind of got in a good little rotation. We weren't really making too many gains on the groove ahead, so it was kind of a matter of saying goodbye to them, but still trying to keep us in front of the next group behind, because the field was really just shattered into a bunch of smaller groups like this. And and I think there was like 5 or 6 people that made the break, so see if you could snag a point or two. But coming up into this turn, I was kind of thinking, all right, maybe I can knock off a few people and put in a big effort to see if we can kind of get a smaller group, better chances for the finish. But I really didn't put in the biggest effort, barely hit 400 watts going into this. But, take this turn, put a little bit more power on, and, you know, but looking back, it was, you know, everyone was still kind of on my wheel. So then it was just a matter of rolling off. And, you know, judging by how last year's race went, I knew this kind of long stretch, no one was really going to work. So now this is just a matter of conserving energy until the end. So let's jump ahead and we'll see how the ending goes. For the finish of this race, one thing that was really important is that center line rule was in effect. So really narrow road, and I didn't want to, you know, be too far behind, but of course at the same time didn't want to be in the front. So it's kind of a you know, balancing act, which as you can tell, judging by the title of this video, did not work out right. But yeah, I mean, right now we're just at right about 1,000 meters to go. And so now this is kind of where, you know, people are starting to put down the power. You know, my heart rate's really low. I did a lot of good resting all down this last straightaway. But yeah, so, you know, we're kicked up 28 miles per hour into the headwind. And right now I'm feeling pretty good about my position, but I know I definitely want to start moving up right now. And I'm trying to wait for this guy right in front of me to do something, which he kind of did, but then he went back. So, and right here I see the left side is opening up, so I'm going to kind of go through the middle here. And feeling decent, but I'm still a little uncomfortable because I don't think I'm far enough up right now. And, you know, right now we're at 500 meters to go, and yeah, it's, you know, there's nowhere to go, and I just feel like I'm stuck. And so I feel this right side kind of moving up, so I kind of get over, and I'm like, all right, I can maybe go around this guy if he opens up a little bit more. But of course that person goes around, and here's the sprint, and then just get blocked in, and, you know, I'm not even have the opportunity to get over 1,000 watts here, and start going here, but this guy is going really slow. And yeah, really disappointing finish. I definitely had the legs. I mean, of course it was probably only for like 6th or 7th place, but that's how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. There will be a lot more of these coming. You know, I recorded most all of my races from this season, so now it's just a matter of actually editing them, and then hopefully I'll be able to put together some off-season videos too, just kind of vlog style stuff. Like I think I did one in the past, but maybe can do some more. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more of this, and yeah, catch you on the next one.